I am Lethan, and today I'd like to share with you a verbal collage of stories about traumatic brain injury.
He remembers the front of his car smashing into the embankment while his back wheels are still pushing forward, and that pushed the center of his car up, and Peters remembers being thrown right through the roof of his car, up, a good 2,000-3,000 kilometers, and he remembers getting into line. He was about halfway through the line, so he didn't have too long to wait. And at the front of the line, there was a man. Big, strong man. He was wearing these robes, and he was an angel. And the angel said to Peter, "It's not your time yet." And Peter remembers falling. He remembers falling right through those clouds, feeling the air rush past him. He remembers seeing the earth below him getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And he remembers slamming right into his body. When Peter woke, he had been in a coma for 3 months. And Ryan tells stories about coming to see me in the hospital, about when I was still new to consciousness and I was still piecing the world together. It was simple words, simple thoughts. And this was hard for Ryan. I mean, here was his friend in that hospital bed, alive, but he wasn't quite the friend he knew. Just not quite right. I mean, Ryan used to share movies with his friend, used to share music with his friends, used to share school, social politics, and problems with his friend, and here was that friend in that hospital bed having trouble forming even simple thoughts, and it was uncomfortable. My father sat in the corner, and he was grateful for Ryan's visit, but he noticed the discomfort, and he recognized it. And they tell me that I recognize the discomfort as well. And they know I recognized the actual discomfort because I made a joke. You see, Ryan stood to leave, and I said, "Wait, Ryan, where are you going?" And he said, "Dude, I gotta go to district band auditions, remember?" "Oh yeah, wait, I'm gonna come with you for good luck." Uncomfortable for Ryan. He knew I couldn't actually go with him, but did I know that? And so he looked to my father, and my father swooped over, trying to explain that what I wanted to do was nice, but I cut him off. And I said, "Ryan, listen, I know I can't go with you physically, but Ryan, my penis will be with you." And I laughed. I had made a joke. And Ryan and my father knew I had made a joke because I had laughed. And this was my first abstract reasoning. My penis has demonstrated a new level of cognition. It was a process. And it was hard. And it was kind of ridiculous having to learn how to do specific things like walking technique, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. But I was doing it wrong, and so I had to keep learning heel, toe, heel, toe. And I remember the day I gave up. See, I was at McGee Rehabilitation Hospital. My memory had returned, but it was still new, and I was just starting to recognize that I had gone through a lot of changes. And now my life plans, they needed to change. And I was lying on my bed, on my side, and I didn't know what I could do. I mean, I didn't know what I wanted to. It was ridiculous. They were always telling me new things to do, these simple tasks like walking, and every time I did something right, they celebrated like I was a 4-year-old. I'm not 4! But, I mean, whatever I did, it didn't matter anyway, because as soon as they were done celebrating, they would give me 5 more things to do, and I was tired. I wanted to rest. And I remember something coming in the window behind me. I didn't look because I knew nothing was there. I knew that. But I felt it move over to me, kind of touch my shoulder and just slide into my body through my back. And just for a moment, I wasn't afraid. I felt peace. I felt hope. And I didn't give up. And I've been told that it was my friend Sasha who broke the silence by sharing a memory. And no one actually remembers what this memory was, but what they do remember is that this memory opened up a floodgate, and memories began to just pour from the congregation. People were sharing times about times we worked together, about times we played together. They were sharing stories about parties, stories about dates, stories about that time we all got naked and went streaking downtown. They told some stories I really had hoped my parents would never hear. But they all began to laugh. They began to smile. They began to share. And everyone was coming together. And this service of sorrows turned from a service of sorrows into a transformation, into a celebration of love, of life, of community. Yes. And it was the next morning that I woke from my coma.
Golly.